Hello everyone, how are you? I hope everyone is doing just fine. Welcome to another video of Homeroom Guidance Lesson. Once again, I am Teacher Kate and welcome to our great community. For you to be updated, do not forget to follow us on our online platforms. We are present on Facebook and YouTube at the Great Teachers Academy. So for today, we will be discussing how to be mindful with our influencers. So I know maybe some of you are familiar with the word influencers. So we have these bloggers or influencers whom we followed on Instagram, YouTube, or kahit TikTok pa nga, diba? So those are some of influencers I know na kilala nyo na. So for today, we are expected to, let me just discuss to you our objectives for today's lesson. Number 1, explain the influence of family, peers, significant persons, media, socioeconomic status, and other aspects in choosing SHS track and strand. So, as we go through with our discussion, pag-aaralan natin or i-discuss natin kung paano nga ba nakaka-apekto ang family or our parents, peers, significant person, and others when we are choosing our career path or route. And of course, when choosing our strand na gusto natin. Number 2, recognize the relevance of the different factors in choosing your SHS track and strand. So we will also discuss bakit ba kailangan natin pag-aralan to, ano ba yung paano ba siya magiging beneficial for us. And of course, number 3, value the benefits of an informed choice of SHS track and strand. So ano nga ba yung benefits or advantage when you are informed with your choices? Alright. So before we start with our lesson, let's have this quick and simple activity or pre-assessment. So let's try this. So I have here a table. So let me first read the instruction. The instruction is to copy the table below on a sheet of paper. And then you have to write your responses on what are being asked. So that's column B. And then in the third column, this one, you just have to write what influenced you to have such choices. So I have here an example for your reference. So number 1, I have here 3 different areas. 1 is interest, 2 is leisure activities, and then the third one are values. And then your responses could be, so for interest, you have music and movies. And then for leisure activities, you could have travel or biking, and then video, okay? And then for values, you have respect and perseverance. So for the third column, you just have to write what influenced you to have these such responses. So for example, for your interests, your influencers are your friends because your friends also like music and movies. For traveling and biking and video, okay, it can be social media because there's a lot of people posting about traveling and biking. That's why you also like those kind of activities. And then for values, which are respect and perseverance, it is your mother who inspire you to be one or to have these values. Okay, so that's how you will answer this activity. So again, similar to what we're doing, I will give you time to take this activity, or you may pause this video to have much time to answer this activity. Timer starts now. Alright. So we're done with the first activity. Let's proceed with our processing questions. So upon learning or upon answering that activity, what do you notice with your influencers? So ano ba napapansin mo dun sa mga influencers mo? Are your parents? or are these all females? Are these all males? Are these people in the school? So something like that. You just have to process this question and answer in a sheet of paper. And then I will give you time to answer this. Okay, you may also pause the video to have much time to answer this activity. Alright, now that we're done with our pre-assessment, let's have this discussion already. So let's learn this together. So our lesson, once again, is all about being mindful with our influencers. So there are people that you come across with who may have a great impact on the way you see yourself in the future, and you may consider them as significant persons. So for example, may mga tao talaga tayong nakikilala or nakakasalumuha. Hindi lang sa bahay, hindi lang sa community. It can be outside the school. It can be your friends. It can be your friend's mom. It can be your tutors if you have. It can be your counselors. These people may have a great impact to you. It can be negative or it can be positive. These people can be your role model. Meaning, kung ano sila, kung ano yung ginagawa nila, hinahangaan mo yung ginagawa nila. And this admiration can be beneficial to you, especially when you choose your SHS strand or track. So again, as mentioned, they could be anyone who would make you pursue the best version of yourself or your future self. So again, it can be a guidance counselor, teacher, neighbor, community leader, and others. So your family, as mentioned, may become your influence in choosing your career. Your parents and other relatives may create an impact on the kind of work you would want in the future. Say, for example, all members in the family are all engineering, or are all engineers, or teachers, or doctors. So that factor, or that can be a consideration when you take your career path or when you choose your SHS strand. Kasi possible na pwede ka ring maging isang magaling na engineer, doctor, or teacher. Your friends or peers may also influence you in making a career choice. Say for example, lahat ng friends mo mahilig sa arts and you really also want to become part of that organization or that circle, pwede rin siyang maka-influensya ng iyong choice. Or meron ding tinatawag na peer pressure, which hindi ganun ka-positive pakinggan only because ginagawa mo lang isang bagay dahil ginagawa ito ng mga kaibigan mo. Number 3, media can also provide career information that can be found in different platforms. Here in social media, you can acquire information on different careers in relation to your track or interest. Again, I believe online media platforms are already reachable kasi they are there eh. Meron ka lang gadgets, meron ka lang mobile data or internet, you can already access this information. But again, you have to be mindful na hindi lahat ng nakikita natin online and on other media platforms are true or are factual. So we still have to fact check this information when accessing or when acquiring it. And lastly, the socioeconomic status of the family really plays a vital influence on career choice. Again, you may have this field or interest na gusto mong pasukin talaga, but hindi pwede only because the financial capacity of the family to send you to that course ay hindi ganon ka-establish. Meaning, possible na hindi kaya ni parent or hindi kaya ni magulang na papasukin ka on that course kasi sobrang mahal ng tuition or hindi hindi niya kayang mag-provide ng mga tools or gadgets na kakailanganin doon sa course na yon. So, socioeconomic status really plays a significant role when choosing a strand. So, this can be a deciding factor. But I think, or I want to believe, that socioeconomic status is an uncontrolled variable already. Meaning, kapag nandyan na, yan na talaga. You just have to accept it. Versus family, wherein magbibigay lang sila ng opinions, ng statements nila, or ng beliefs nila na, okay, go with engineering, or okay, go with business management, kasi lahat ng parents mo, relatives mo, are all there in that path. So, might as well, yun na din yung kunin mo. But again, it is your choice. It is your choice, or it is your free will naman to really choose what you want. And of course, sa friends or peers, hindi naman pwedeng sila ang mag-decide para sa'yo. It is your choice as well. And for media, of course, hindi naman lahat ng sinasabi nila online or kung ano man yung pinaprovide nilang information ay kailangan mong i-consume. Kasi it is your accountability or responsibility to really look for that factual information about in relation to your course or strand. And ayun nga, yung socioeconomic status, this really play a vital role when it comes to choosing your career path. So here are just some practical tips to guide you in making sense of those influencers. So number 1 is understand yourself. It is really important to understand yourself because ikaw, sarili mo ang gagawa ng final say or ikaw yung magdedesisyon ng para sa'yo. You try to identify what you really want, what you are good at, or your interests. Kasi ito yung magagamit mo. Dito ka magle-leverage. Dito ka magka-capitalize. Because, for example, your interests are on arts or on paintings. So, yung strand mo, it can be on fine arts or anything related to arts. Or kung magaling ka naman sa numbers, or kung magaling ka naman sa mag-memorize ng formula or equations, then might as well baka mag-excel ka when it comes to mathematics. So, that's how you understand yourself. Number 2 is always ask help and guidance from the right people. Hindi maling manghingi ng tulong, especially if that help will really benefit you in the future. So, it is better to ask guidance from other people, and these other people should be the people close to you. So, it can be your teachers, your parents, or your sisters or brothers. Help yourself to be informed. Read or watch informative programs or sources. Again, meron namang online sources tayo. We have social media, we have Google, we have online journals that will really help us in choosing our SHS strand. But what we need to do is to be really mindful of this information because not all information posted online are factual or real. And of course, consider the pros and cons. We have to weigh this. Palagi to, kung ito bang strand na to ay magbe-benefit tayo or kung ito bang strand na to ay hindi magbe-benefit para sa atin. So again, we have to weigh what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Because again, as what is presented on your screen, you are the most affected person by your choice because it pertains to your future path. Say for example, pinili mo tong strand na to only because all of your friends are here. So again, you have to weigh. Kapag bumagsak ako sa course na to or sa strand na to, tutulungan ba ako ni friend? May time pa ba siyang tulungan ako? So that's how you weigh it. That's how you gauge or measure your the pros and the cons. All right, so that's all. Now that we have learned something, let's have this post-assessment. Okay, So you just have to copy and complete the sentence below. So on a sheet of paper, you just have to complete this sentence. So for example, my greatest influence on career pathing right now is, for example, on my end, is my mom. And it leads me to consider teaching as my possible SH track and strand choice. So that's how will you do it. So again, I have here a timer on the side. So if you want to have much time to answer this question, you can just pause the video. So timer starts now. All right. So let's have this time or to reflect on what we have learned today or on what we have discussed today. So what thoughts come to mind about SHS life? What feeling does it give you? How do you intend to prepare yourself for that? So to answer this question, back in my senior high school or in my high school years, I think high school year was the best time in my life because I really have a unforgettable or memorable experience back in high school. I failed. I become successful in some of activities. I failed in some exams. I fell in love with my first crush. So SHS life is really exciting, and you just have to make the most out of it. So what feeling does it give you? You can really be excited, and of course at the same time you can really be nervous because possible na hindi ka pa decided on what strand you are really into. Possible na hindi mo pa rin alam kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. But that's okay. As long as you are still exploring, hindi ka titigil. As long as you explore all the time and you understand yourself. As mentioned kanina sa previous slide natin, it is important to really understand yourself. So how do you intend to prepare yourself for that? Again, as what mentioned in the previous slides, kailangan nating maging prepared. It is important to ask guidance from others. And like me, I really do ask for someone's advice kasi it will really, really affect me. And of course, ensure that these people are really close to you and these are the right people talaga. So, there you go. Now that we are done with our lesson, I want to thank you, my great learners, for listening once again to my video class. I hope to see you again in my next video classes. Once again, I am Great Teacher Kate. If you love what we have discussed, please leave a comment for I will be happy to read it. Promise that I will be more inspired sharing my lessons in our great community. Again, for more updates, you may follow us online at the Great Teachers Academy, so stay tuned. Remember, here in the Great Teachers Academy, we make complex lessons easy to understand. See you and goodbye.